The NFL offseason is heating up, and one of the biggest storylines revolves around the Los Angeles Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford and what his future could potentially look like. And as of today, we got a report from Vic Tafur of The Athletic that has pinpointed the Las Vegas Raiders as a team to watch out for in the pursuit of Matthew Stafford via trade. Now, Matthew Stafford, his current situation with the Rams, he's now 37 years of age. He's been a cornerstone of that Rams offense ever since they traded for him back in 2021. His time with the Rams have been really good, where he won a Super Bowl in his first season with the team, but recent developments have casted some doubts about his potential long-term future with the Los Angeles Rams. And adding fuel to the fire, the Rams have granted Matthew Stafford's agent the permission to explore trade options with other teams. Now, it is important to note that both Stafford and the Rams have expressed a mutual desire to continue their partnership, and the lack of progress on a contract extension is what has been causing all this speculation. And when it comes to Matt Stafford and the whole situation with the Los Angeles Rams, it really just boils down to his current contract situation. Now, Matthew Stafford signed a 4-year, $160 million contract back in March of 2022, which runs until the 2026 NFL season. But this deal was significantly adjusted and reworked in July of 2024. Stafford signed for $160 million, 130 of those million being guaranteed. 63 of those million were fully guaranteed at signing. And back in July of 2024, his contract was revised into what's effectively a 1-year, $40 million contract for the 2024 season with reduced guarantees moving forward. And really the issue that Matthew Stafford is facing right now is that he gave up 2025 guarantees, and the only guaranteed money he has for the remaining 2 years left on his deal is only a $4 million roster bonus in 2025. So that is the biggest issue right now. He's only guaranteed $4 million throughout the next 2 seasons. And he's going to want that contract to be reworked out. But when you're talking about Matthew Stafford from a gameplay standpoint, he's still a top quarterback in this league. And I would absolutely love it for the Raiders if they could find a way to get this deal done. I think if this is even a scenario, because like I said, I still think Stafford and the Rams want to bring him back. But I think the Rams are just going to let Matthew Stafford test the open market, kind of see what his market value is. That way they can go to the negotiating table and see if they can work out a deal. But in a scenario where Matthew Stafford and the Rams cannot come to terms, I think the Raiders should most definitely try to explore a possibility to get Matthew Stafford on this team. Really, when it comes to all the free agency options and the trade options, I think Matthew Stafford is the best available quarterback. He is getting a little bit up there in age, but I think no doubt he has at least another 2 years left in the tank. And he's a quarterback that I love his play style. He's a Super Bowl winning champion. He knows what it takes to win. He's a gunslinger. And let's not forget the fact that the Los Angeles Rams, led by Matthew Stafford, they nearly upsetted the Philadelphia Eagles on the road. And to me, really, if it wasn't for, extreme inclement conditions with that hard snow falling down, I think the Rams would have upsetted the Philadelphia Eagles. And even in those tough conditions to play in the snow, Matthew Stafford threw for over 300 yards. And he showed he can still play at an extremely high level in the National Football League. And obviously for the Raiders, our current situation, we're going to look at all options when it comes to the quarterback position and potentially trying to find an upgrade. And to me, Matthew Stafford would provide an immediate upgrade. Despite his age, he still remains highly effective as a quarterback. In 2024, he threw for 3,700 passing yards, 20 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, while leading the Rams to an NFC West title. Now, the one thing you're going to have to watch out for is, I think Matthew Stafford, you can't give up a whole lot for him. I think at the most, you maybe can give up like a third, just due to the fact that you're going to have to rework his contract. And you're going to have to give him a good amount of guaranteed money down the road. Now, Stafford, with his current deal, he has 2 years remaining. He has a $49 million cap hit in 2025 and a $53 million cap hit in 2026. But the biggest thing is you're going to have to find a way to add that guaranteed money into the mix. And the thing is, I mean, the Raiders currently, that we have the second most cap space in the National Football League, and recently the NFL increased the cap salary by about $22 million. So the Raiders, I mean, we do have a lot of money, but at the same time, we have a lot of needs to fulfill on this team. We have so many guys that are free agents that you're going to have to prioritize and try to bring back. Not even to mention, too, I think they're going to have to rework a deal with Max Crosby as well, because he is also a player that has no guaranteed contract left on his deal. And a player of that caliber, Max Crosby, I don't think he's going to step foot on that football field until he gets guaranteed money. So the Raiders do have a lot of money, but we're going to have to find a way to spend it wisely. And that's where it's going to get tricky. Ultimately, do I think it would be a fit? We got a lot of things to address. But at the same time, you know, I've heard a lot of people talk about how Pete Carroll, he's getting up there in age, only has 3 years left on his contract. So more than likely, he's going to try to be as aggressive as possible, try to get this team turned around sooner rather than later. So in that scenario, do they try to get aggressive and go after a Matthew Stafford? Personally, from a gameplay standpoint, I would love Stafford. I think he has plenty left in the tank. And this could be a good situation if you just get him to a 2-year contract, just add some guaranteed money into the mix. Matthew Stafford could provide you an answer at the quarterback position for at the very least the next 2 seasons. And then that gives the Raiders a lot of flexibility to maneuver in the NFL draft. By having a guy like Stafford, it allows you to not even consider a quarterback in the first round if that's the way they want to go, if they just want to let the draft board fall to them and select best player available. It opens up a lot of different things for them in the draft. It would essentially allow them more time, and I still think it would be a good situation where they should look for a young quarterback in the draft at some point, whether it be this season or next season, to ultimately take over for Matthew Stafford. So, you know, we'll just have to see what happens. It is an interesting name to keep your eye out on. I would like it, but personally, I still feel like it's a little bit far-fetched. I do think the Rams and Matthew Stafford will ultimately come to an agreement. To me, the Rams letting his agent go out there and speak to other teams, it's all about them trying to get a market value, to go back to the negotiation tables with the Rams and try to work something out. I think that's their main priority. But like I said, it could also be a scenario where they can't come to an agreement. And if that's the case, that's where I think the Raiders, I would be interested to see if they can make that deal happen. But Raider Nation, I definitely want to get your guys' feedback in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of Matthew Stafford? Would you like for us to trade for him? Let me know in that comment section down below. But with that being said, Raider Nation, that's all for you guys in today's video. Anybody that is new to the channel, you guys love Raider related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That being said, I will see you guys in the next one.